Every morning, in the bright town of Cleverville, children walked past the old railway station, a place that hadn't seen a train in years. The tracks were dusty, the sign was rusty, and everyone said the brain train was only a legend. But 12-year-old Max believed in it. His grandmother once told him, "The brain train comes for curious minds. When you're ready to learn, it'll find you." Max loved to learn. He built tiny robots, solved puzzles, and always asked, why. His teachers sometimes laughed. "You and your questions, Max. You'd drive a robot crazy." One windy evening, while Max worked on a broken toy engine, he heard a distant choo-choo. The ground trembled slightly. Outside, the station lights flickered, lights that hadn't worked in years. He ran to the platform, eyes wide. Out of a swirl of golden sparks appeared the most incredible train he'd ever seen. Its engine glowed with equations, its windows shimmered with stars, and its whistle sang like a melody of ideas. On the front, written in shining letters, was "The Brain Train, next stop. Knowledge City." A friendly voice called, "All aboard." A conductor with round glasses leaned out. "Ticket, please." "I don't have one," Max gasped. "You do," said the conductor, tapping Max's heart. "Curiosity is your ticket. Station 1, science stop." With a hiss of steam, the brain train rolled into its first station. The platform was filled with floating bubbles showing experiments, lightning in jars, flowers blooming in seconds, volcanoes of foam. "Welcome to Science Stop," boomed the conductor. "Here, questions make discoveries." A robot handed Max a test tube. "What happens if we mix these liquids?" it asked. Max read the labels carefully. "One is vinegar, one is baking soda. When mixed, they make carbon dioxide gas." He poured them together, POOF. Foam bubbled out, and a new message appeared in the air. "Science is asking WHY." Max grinned. "I do that all the time." Station 2, History Hill. The train climbed a golden hill where ancient statues lined the tracks. Each time the train passed, the statues whispered their stories: kings, inventors, explorers, and ordinary people who changed the world. "Welcome to History Hill," said the conductor. "The past teaches us how to build the future." A knight stepped forward from one of the statues and handed Max a broken compass. "Can you fix it?" Max studied it. "The needle's stuck because of rust. If I clean it and magnetize it, it'll point north again." He rubbed the metal gently, and the compass began to spin until it steadied. The knight smiled and turned back into stone. Above him, golden words shimmered. "Learning from the past helps guide the future." Station 3, Art Avenue. Bright colors flashed outside the windows as the brain train arrived at a sparkling station filled with paint, music, and dance. Children painted murals that moved, guitars strummed themselves, and melodies filled the air like warm sunshine. "Art Avenue," the conductor announced. "Here, imagination makes the world beautiful." A giant canvas hung near the track, blank except for one small gray spot. "Will you finish it?" asked a whispering paintbrush. Max thought for a moment. "Art doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to show what you feel." He dipped the brush into rainbow paint and swept it across the canvas. The gray spot burst into a landscape of mountains and dreams. The paintbrush twinkled. When creativity meets knowledge, anything is possible. Max smiled. "I guess art is another kind of science, one that comes from the heart." Station 4, Math Meadow. Numbers sparkled like fireflies across a wide green field. Equations floated through the air, gently landing on flowers that glowed when correct. "This is my favorite part," said the conductor. "Math keeps everything in balance, even magic." A riddle appeared in glowing light. I am half of 10, but double of 2. What am I? Max thought carefully. Half of 10 is 5. Double of 2 is 4. The only number between them is 4.5. But that's not whole. Wait, maybe it's a trick. Double of 2 is 4, and half of 10 is 5. They're neighbors, so the answer is the bridge between them, the number line itself. The riddle vanished in sparkles. You see patterns, others don't, said the conductor with pride. The final station, the heart of learning, the brain train slowed as it entered a tunnel filled with mirrors. In each reflection, Max saw himself reading, drawing, asking, helping friends with homework. Why am I seeing me? He asked. Because the greatest classroom, the conductor said gently, is inside your mind. You already carry the tools, curiosity, patience, and courage to learn. The train came to a stop back at Cleverville station. The morning sun painted the tracks gold. Max blinked. Was it all a dream? The station looked the same. Except for one thing. His toy engine was fixed and glowing softly with a tiny engraving. Keep asking why. He smiled. Guess the brain train leaves knowledge wherever it goes. At school, Max raised his hand in class. Teacher, I have a question. His classmates giggled again, but the teacher just smiled. Go ahead, Max. Let's take the brain train together. And so, every day after, the class learned something new, not just from books, but from questions, mistakes, and the joy of discovering how the world works.